Justice League, and of course, Lex Luthor on Smallville.
Thank you.
I misread that. Oh, I'm
what
sorry.
The heck? What's the heck?
Hold on, real quick, here's the other one. I gotta do this thing. So, introducing the roles, including an extensive run on Lucifer. He was Steve Martin's son in Cheaper by the Dozen 1 and 2. We watched him grow and learn as Clark Kent on Smallville. Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Welling!
I have a feeling you do that every time before you watch an episode of Smallville. You put the Blu-ray in and you just start going.
Oh, I was somebody save
me!
Don't care how you do it.
Save me!
Am I done? Are you guys in charge now?
I guess we're in charge, yeah. How is everybody? It's always a real treat to come to Metropolis, the real home of Superman. And I consider it Lex Luthor's home too. There you go. I think that's across the river. Is it? Actually, that's my hometown. I grew up in Indiana, Newburgh, Indiana. There we go. You know, I think the theme song for Smallville is so much better than that other theme song they have to sing when I hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Superman, right? Superman, yeah. I can't see without these. Now these are prescription. Let's either look cool and douchey, or take them off and be a little blind. These are not prescription.
Yeah.
He's colorblind though, so it's true. I'm also colorblind. You know what I always love about Michael being colorblind is his outfits that he would wear on the show. He didn't know what color they were. Yeah. If I would have known I was wearing purple, I'll tell you. I would have been really not. What color is a Superman symbol? To you? Well, it's red and blue. But to you when you see it? I believe it's red and blue to me. That's what I see. I see red and blue. I'm colorblind, but I still see red and blue. You don't see the green? Green. That's what you don't like is the green. The kryptonite. The green room. Oh, kryptonite, yeah. So what are we supposed to do? Answer questions? Are we supposed to do some stand-up? I can do whatever. I was gonna break dance.
You do stand-up sitting down, so pick a lane.
What?
Said you can't do stand-up sitting down, so pick a lane.
Pretty good, pretty good. I like this guy.
Supergirl is going to politely ask everyone to allow her room to walk around to do Q&A.
Wait, is that an Optimus Prime truck out there?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta get my picture in front of that. My 3-year-old. Sorry guys, I gotta go get my picture with Optimus Prime. That is very important to me.
It's gonna transform later.
Oh?
It's gonna transform.
Are you serious? Hey, what? You gotta let me know when he transforms. I gotta be there. I gotta be there.
Hands up, let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. And by the way, real quick, thank you for having us. We really love coming. I love coming here. This is Tom's first time. This is my first time. And I always tell them, the people here are tremendous. They're just filled with love and a love for Superman and comics and just great people, and I really appreciate all of you. Michael said the first time is the best time. It'll probably be your last time, so enjoy it. Exactly what I said. Yep. Thank you.
That's a true friendship right there. That's beautiful.
It's built on lies.
One last thing, and I'm going to shut up. Keep an eye on each other. We're packed in and it's really hot. Just be cool.
Also, the other thing is we want to get to as many questions as we can. So, rapid fire. We've only got 10 minutes. Before we start questions, Tom and I, we've been waiting to broadcast this news. But Tom and I are starting a podcast together. It airs July 15th. It is called Talkville. We go through every episode of the entire series. We
so you can listen to us every week. Spread the word. Talkville coming on iTunes, Spotify, Google, iTunes, everything. You can watch it. You can
He's the
hear it.
brains behind it. I just love it.
It's a lot of fun. We really, because I didn't see a lot of the episodes,
No,
so it's all new to me.
this is the best part. We start watching these episodes, and Michael's like, "Whoa, what's going on? What's happening?" And he's like,
You were there.
You only read. He said, "This is my alarm to wake up." Before I get
Well, wake up!
took a nap. Michael's like, "What's happening here? Why is Lana talking to me like that?" Because Michael only read his own scenes and didn't watch. He didn't watch the show.
That's not entirely true. I just didn't see every episode like Tom did. I might have missed a couple of seasons.
I'll tell you a quick story. This is not podcast related, but I remember when Justin Hartley was on the show, Oliver Queen. And I remember he told me he had a big party for the first time his character was going to show up. I don't know if you know this. And he had 15, 20 people in his house. He's ready. And Oliver Queen's on there. He's looking great. And then he turns into the Green Arrow and he comes out, and one of his first lines, I don't know what it was, but he was like, "Hello." And he said his whole family and everybody there looked at him and he goes, "Why are you talking like that?" He goes, "They didn't tell me my voice would be like that. They did that after post-production. It was post-production." And so he was like, "I would have done that on set." And I'm like, "I'm glad you didn't do that." That would have been really awkward.
By the way, what a great body Justin has. Really.
Dare I say, still does.
Still does. Still works it out.
So do you.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Well, I had some Mexican for lunch, so I am feeling it. Let me tell you that.
I thought you lost 5 pounds.
I lost a couple. I swear. We were signing autographs this morning. I won't get into it, but there was a moment when I thought I'm in trouble. But I was okay. They say don't trust a fart over 50. I'll be 50 in a month, so
I got a couple of years. I don't think Green Arrow has a hometown. There's no official town.
Where's he from?
Star City.
Where's that?
Where?
Oh, it's across the river?
Yeah.
Century City? Central.
Texas?
Central City.
I know he's from
I
Star
like that they know so much more than we'll ever know.
Well, when you watch the series on our podcast,
You're gonna like it because we keep track of deaths, saves, the whole thing. It's really good. What I really think of the podcast or the episode, we give it a rating system, the Rose and Bomb rating system. 3 roses, we loved it. 2 roses, pretty damn good. 1 rose, it's okay. Middle, right in the middle is a heater, right down the middle. You don't have to see it. 1 bomb, kind of crappy. 2 bombs, really crappy. 3 bombs, a piece of rose.
I didn't realize I was in a podcast with the harshest critic of the series.
I tell how it is. I liked a few episodes. I definitely liked some. The pilot was fantastic. What?
Lexmus.
Lexmus was a great episode. We haven't gotten to that. We will though, and there's a hotline you can call and you can leave messages and stuff. It's fun. Anyway, let's get to some questions. Should we do it?
Woo!
Let's do it.
Alright, so we all know you're from Smallville, but do either of you have any smaller, lesser known projects that you'd love to give some love to?
Not that I can remember.
I have a podcast called Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum.
Actually, this fall I got a new TV series coming out on CW called Professionals with Brendan Fraser. So that doesn't answer your question. It's not necessarily lesser known; it's unknown. Yeah. Thank you for not using your phone, sir. Like that was gonna happen. For you, when you did the multiverse.
Talk louder in the microphone, sir.
When you did the multiverse.
I didn't say slower.
Multiverse crossover with Erica. Okay. You had lost your powers. Was that your idea, the writers, or somebody else's? That was the writers. And when I asked them why, they said they don't know. but it worked for the scene. And I was like, the good thing, I'm really glad that in that scene, John Connors' Lex Luthor didn't say, "What happened to your powers?" I'd have been like, "I don't know." But my favorite part, my absolute favorite part about that scene, I try to play a little more like Jonathan Kent, sort of like John Wayne, kind of with I take the gloves off and I do the whole thing. That was on purpose, and as a tribute to Schneider. But my favorite part of that episode, that scene, was when he says he's Lex Luthor. And I was like,
Not you.
By the way, did you used to love John Glover or John Schneider? Every scene he'd come in and go. Right?
Here's another thing that I learned a lot from Schneider. He's the best. He's a Duke boy, you know? And
He's a good old boy.
Come on. And by the way, have you ever seen him sing that song? He sings it better than the original.
He's a great singer.
Great singer. And we did this scene, and recently we watched it. It's in the first season, and Clark, I don't know, was complaining about something, and John gets up from the table to go talk to Clark. And so, like, if the camera's there, John gets up from the table. There's the edge. And John gets up, and he goes, "Clark, let me tell you something." And here's the table. John's body went like this. And his head stayed right on the camera line. This guy knew his stuff. And that's the one where he takes the route. He goes, "What's in my hand?" Remember that scene? No. And Clark goes, "The pocket knife," and he goes, "You can see it." He goes, "No, he was carrying a pocket knife in the pocket." All right. Next question. We don't like to talk very much.
Hi. What's your name?
Morgana.
I thought you were Daenerys from Game of Thrones.
I'm Harley Quinn.
Oh, I'm wrong. Very wrong.
Did you want to take any props or anything from set?
Nope. I was really, I forgot. I wanted to text you yesterday, like, you should bring the Lex suit.
Alexa's white president suit. I took the socks, trench coat. I've got like Lex's glasses that I used to drink at the bar with. I've got a big portrait with a crazy doll that was, in Lex's office. I've got so much crap. I was like, if I ever go broke, I'm selling this shit.
And we could never find my character's socks. They always disappear.
I got them. I don't have the socks.
Hey Tom, how you doing?
Hi!
Any funny moments from the set of Lucifer you can recall?
Oh, yeah! Kyle kept trying to kiss me. We had one of, I think my favorite episode of that series is when we pretended to be a couple in suburban America. And Tom would just add all these funny things that weren't written, like trying to hold my hand during a scene. And my character didn't like any of that, which was a lot of fun to play. And in the end, there's a kiss to prove that we're a couple because no one's believing us. And we did the kiss, it was great. Director was like, and there's a bunch of extra, it was like a lot of people. A lot of big reset to do another scene, or to do another take. And they would cut, great, director's like, great, comes on the camera, great guys, all right, we'll move on. Tom goes, can I get one more? He did, and I was like, what? And he just smiled. No, that was fun. I love being on that show. I loved it. Where are you going?
That was the creepiest
Security?
creepy move you just made. Let me show you what you did.
And she went all golden when she was looking for the precious.
Do you do yoga? Because that was like, I couldn't do that.
Now he's scared her away. Look, she wants to turn back. They're picking on me.
We love you too. Hey, It's gonna be awesome because you got the podcast going. It's a question for both of you. If you're watching the series, let's say you want to.
Where the hell are you?
Hi, yeah.
It sounds like you're right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're going through the episodes, if you were going to create a drinking game based on your most popular phrases that you think you say to each other, what would they be?
Okay, because there are 2 games. I said this to one person today. There's already 2 games that exist for Smallville, apparently. One's a drinking game, one's a kissing game.
Yep.
And they're both based on the same thing. Every time a character says another character's name, you gotta take a shot, or you gotta kiss the person you're watching it with. So be careful who you're watching it with. Because in every scene, I mean, Clark and Lex say each other's names 5 times.
Yeah, who does that in real friendship? You're like, Michelle, you have to hear this story. Oh, Casey, tell it to me. Well, Michelle, yesterday I was over in the high school. Yeah, Casey, go on. And Michelle, every second, we're Lex, Clark, Lex. By the way, there's a game that people play, every time Lex gets hit on the head or hurts his head, you drink. Because I was knocked out how many times? Also, where's my security? Anyway.
My question is for Michael Rosenbaum.
Where are you? Okay, thank you. What's your name?
Michael Kelly.
Michael Kelly. I'm Michael Owen Rosenbaum.
Owen?
Owen's my middle name. Like Owen Wilson, Owen Wilson. It's like,
Or like Owen Rosenbaum.
Yes, so I answer the question. This is Brian.
Whose is your favorite voice to imitate, and could he possibly be on stage with you right now?
My favorite voice to imitate?
Well, I don't think Christopher Walken's here.
But I do.
Is Keanu Reeves here?
Yeah, I kind of like doing Christopher Walken's here. We used to do that on set all the time. We would do these scenes. In Metropolis, Illinois, home of Superman. There's no place like it. Everybody's got a Superman shirt on, real unoriginal. And this guy just dropped. You got a dog? What's going on there?
What's the dog's name? Cow? Oh, look, Michael got a new dog. Oh, she peed!
I'm sorry, Michael.
She got excited.
That's alright. I've been pissed on before. That didn't sound right. Anyway, maybe go.
Next question. I'm this little kid that's floating in the air. Over here? Yeah. Speaking of being pissed on, Michael, as the true star of the show. That's right. The relationship was based on mistrust. We all need a friend like Lex.
I agree. They were right.
All right.
Listen, I was there more, but he had more effect.
And Tom is like, no homo, quite possibly the most I've ever slipped through.
No, what?
So, this is a set question, Michael.
Yeah?
So, in my head, I've got the set laid out. And that Smallville General Hospital was in certain places, you'd open certain doors and they go to the set. What was behind the 2 main doors in Lex's office?
Hallway. Right?
Yeah, so if the
His mic's not working.
So probably because I threw it on the floor. Oh, thank you. So if you were looking at Lex's desk.
That's gonna cost me.
It's alright, I remember my first panel. So if you're facing Lex's desk and you turned around and the pool table would be off to your right, you'd walk out those double doors and there'd be a wall. And you turn left and it would go nowhere. And if you went to the right, it would go nowhere, but there would be a door to another stage, which was the Kent house. But yes, they didn't go anywhere.
Tom, for you. Oh, here, right here.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, it's all right.
It's good to be excited.
When your first time directing, like, what made you decide to direct? Did you like it like more in front of the camera or behind the camera? And like, what made you decide to like get behind the camera and start doing that?
That's a very good question. So that too? I think it was season 2 or 3. We were, because I was in almost every scene, so I was on set all the time, and I could hear the problem solving and trying to figure out. I was curious of how everything worked because I never really had a job before like that. And I remember at one point, we were trying to figure something out with an actor and a camera, and I made a suggestion, and JP, who we love, was our number one camera operator. And I made a suggestion, and I remember him looking at me and being like, "You're right, like that's a really good solution." And then it was like, I don't know, a couple months later, he said to me, he goes, "Just think about directing." And I'm like, "I don't know how to direct." He's like, "It's your show." But what he meant by that was like, you're here all the time, you see what we're all doing. And then I had a conversation with my agent at the time, and he said, let's put you in a situation where they ask you to direct, instead of saying, this is my show, you know what I mean? So I think it was, I don't know if it was season 4, season 5, but I think there were some back channel conversations. But they had said, would you like to direct? And it was great. The young girl who was in the episode won a Canadian award for Best Actress that year in a television series, which was great. But what I learned was, because I never directed before, so I was directing myself at the same time. And I remember one of our producers in LA he kind of pulled me aside and he said, make sure you do more takes on yourself than everyone else. And I was like, good advice. And then I was like, I don't want to be that jerk. You know what I mean? So when we started filming, we would, and we had great DPs and other people. Anyway, long story short, I didn't realize that I was doing like 4 takes on other people, but like 1 or 2 on myself, because I just was busy. And as a result, I think the episode suffered a little bit. And that same producer sat me down and watched the episode with me. He could see where my character suffered because of my distraction. And so the other, 7 episodes I did, I would say to the other actors, listen, this is not an ego thing, but I'm going to do a lot more takes on me. Just so you know that. And so then I would do 1 take on everyone else. And like 15 on myself. But it was something I had to learn, and I thank God for the producer to sort of show me that, and I've only directed things I've starred in. So hopefully I'll change that. But
yeah, Tom was great, by the way. And I think another thing is when you're on set all the time, most people just kind of go in and they hit their marks and they don't really know what's going around and they stay in their lines, they just want to act. But when you're on set constantly, Tom and I started to go, oh, how does this work? And what lens are you on?
Or why are you asking me to do this?
Yeah, and learning, and all of a sudden you learn enough where you're like, hey, I've listened to what these guys and seen what they've done, and it made it easier. It was a great platform. It was a safe environment to direct an episode, and you had a big team around you, so you could really grow as a director. So.
I also think there's, when people ask what do you like better, the way, is this working? Yeah. I kind of looked at it as speaking different languages, like acting, directing, producing, and writing. If you can learn those different languages, you can communicate better with people throughout. So I don't have any faith. I can't write a thank you note, but the other 3 I enjoy doing a lot. Yeah.
Hi. It's weird that you guys announced your podcast, because I literally had this question before you announced it.
Well, thank you. Next.
I was going to ask about if you could have a podcast that you talk to someone. Who would you?
Who would we want to interview on our podcast?
Yeah.
Huh?
Now that you're doing it.
Oh yeah, well. I don't know, like on the one we're doing, Talkville, which comes out July, we try to talk to, like the wardrobe guy, and maybe Lionel and Kristen Krug for like a little while. So usually it's just the 2 of us, but sometimes we bring on guest stars, people that will come on.
Amy Adams wants to really be a part of it.
Woo! She was on an episode.
She's not
Amy Adams was on an episode. You know that, sir? He did know that. He's like, yeah, I do that. What the hell? White prison.
No, that's one of the No, I see that look. That's, I don't know.
I bet there's been a lot of people who, I hear people come to the table and they're like, we met watching Smallville together. This is what we did on our date night. This is, I wonder how many divorces happened. I know, Smallville, I'm tired of it.
How many children were conceived while somebody was watching Smallville?
I hope no. Really conceived? What scene would they conceive?
Xmas, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
I don't know. Next question. Yes.
Tom, you're great. Thank you. But this is freaking Mike and Rosenbaum. But my question is, how was it working with Christopher Reeve when you were down?
How was it working with Christopher Reeve?
Surreal. It really was. Me and Craig Beeman, who's a big part of the show, flew up to New York, met with Chris. I'll just talk louder. He was only supposed to be available to work, I want to say 3-4 hours. Obviously, due to his condition and with his nurse and his doctors with him, I think he stayed there for 8.5 hours. He would not let them take him away. The idea would be to shoot all his scenes, and then if he had to leave, I would speak to someone else, and that's okay. But he hung right in there. And if you watch that episode, the gravitas, which is I know it's a weird word, but what he brings to that character in depth, considering he can't move, was just it was like ethereal. It was really moving.
You're lucky.
He actually said one of the things he said to me right when we were finishing. He said, "Come here," and I kind of bent down he wanted to whisper something to me. He goes, "I'm really happy that they chose you to be the next Superman." And I said, they didn't. And he goes, "They should have." And so that's always going to be in my heart. Did you ever get a chance to come here? Is that a thing? No?
Michael Kidder, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made each. Where's Shannon? He's here.
I have something to say.
Well, then you should say it.
Even though that Superman helps us with everyone, that they know that they love him, then somebody will know that Superman hates kryptonites. Being responsible for something is his greatest weakness. If you have any kryptonites, Superman will be allergic to it, even though he'll die, because the kryptonites kills the Superman. He kills Superman.
I tell you what, young lady, what's your name?
Anthony Yates.
Do you realize that you are already smarter than Lex Luthor ever was?
Certainly more articulate. But I still don't understand your question. Sorry.
Do you think that Lex Luthor is the only one that's been responsible for his dad that died because he'd grown up in his own town called Smallville, which is that Superman was placed in a ship for?
Placing what?
Is Lex responsible for his
A ship that Superman was crushed out by his own parents and died because they were destroyed by the big thing to their own planet.
Would you like to be on our podcast?
You'd be a great guest. You'd be fantastic.
I wonder what. I don't remember. We haven't gotten there yet. But allegedly Lex pushed his father off the building.
Yes.
Did Lex ever admit to it, or was he just left it on the ether?
No, I think he would just. I think
he slipped.
But let's be honest. Lionel Luthor deserved it, did he not? I'm not saying you should kill your father. I'm saying that Lex Luthor did, and he went down that road. He tried to be good for so long, and then when everybody's lying to you and deceiving you, and These times you just gotta, do some.
Is it true they cut the line as Lionel was falling that Lex yelled, "I'm doing you a favor! I mean, me a favor!"
No. I think Lionel, though, as he was falling, said, "Somebody's."
Hey guys, several years ago, John Glover was here, and he told a story about Michael, which Michael reappeared here, and that question was asked, but I'm going to ask with Tom here to find out the truth. John said that Michael liked to swim nude in a hotel swimming pool. Did that happen?
I'll say this, Your Honor. I never saw it.
Never wanted to.
But it was a cold pool.
I never did swim naked in the hotel pool. That would be illegal. But I wanted to. I swim naked in my house. Because it's my house. I think you can get in trouble. There are laws. You asked the question, right? I'm looking at the wrong guys. I don't care what you do in your personal time, son. That wasn't even my question.
He's like, I mean, the Ohio River feels great naked.
Yeah, it looks like a dump in the Ohio River. I've done that before, though, when I was in high school. Not take a dump in the Ohio River. Oh, man. Oh, this is fun. I can do this all day. You guys having fun? Where's Christy? Christy, where are you? Oh, good. There's Christy. Hi, Christy. Good to see you.
Is your family here? Yeah.
Mama Shepherd? Mama Shepherd, Christy, where are you? They're not here yet. They would have said something. My neighbor's growing up. They're driving 5 hours out here to see me.
Aww.
Yeah, so I got them free tickets to Smallville Nights tonight.
Who drove further than 5 hours?
6.5. 6.5. 12 hours. You must be young. Do I hear more than 12? Do I hear 13? 14. Why does your microphone farting?
Not the microphone.
Yesterday we heard
14 hours. Well, thank you for coming out here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Vegas? Why did you leave? Oh, you can't see me, yes.
You could have watched it on this guy's camera. He's live streaming the whole thing.
In 2013, we drove 16 hours to Florida.
Oh yeah, honestly guys, Smallville Nights tonight, which is glorious and fun. I don't recommend young children unless you don't care about bad language, but there will be no phones,